about being a part-time musician and a full-time dad. Also, I'll tell you what happened last night and a few other things. This is your pipe date for Sunday, November 6th, 2022. Look, all the leaves are gone. Where to start? So I'm in between a couple of shows. I hosted an open mic last night, and I've got a show tonight at 6:30 at the Clearbrook Center for the Performing Arts in Woodbridge, Virginia. And last night was really fun. I really enjoy hosting these open mics. But one moment struck me while I was playing my first set. So there was a mom and her three young boys in the cafe, and let's say ages 6 to 12. I started the show with a couple of songs, Someday, followed by A Little Game. These are two songs on my latest EP. And the expression on these young boys' face was priceless. Like, they seemed blown away. Like, their jaws were on the floor. It was clearly the first time they'd ever seen any live hard rock music. The mom was happy, and I was so grateful to be a part of that, to participate in perhaps a very formative moment in their lives. I can only hope that at least one of them asks for a guitar, takes some lessons, or just takes an interest in hard rock or metal music. And I think that's really what it's about. Those little moments really make everything that I do for this project worthwhile. So we had about a half full list. Everyone got a chance to play a couple times. I closed out the night, so I got to play 6 songs, and it was overall a good night. And something I've started to do at the end of the night, I'm usually starving, thirsty, so I stopped by the local Wawa to get a sub and kind of relax and reflect on the night. So as I'm paying for my sub, I noticed at the checkout there's one woman there behind the register, I'll say like early to mid 20s, and she looked really exhausted. Now, I'm typically just minding my own business when I go into public places, but I noticed after I paid and I was getting ready to leave, I glanced over and there was definitely tears streaming down her face. So I went to my car, and I usually eat in the parking lot. Like I said, I'm starving and I need a break after these nights. And I decided that once I was done my food, I would go back in and sort of check on her and make sure that everything was okay. Whenever I see someone younger than me, I kind of have this protective dad switch that turns on. I have a young daughter myself, so obviously, I think about her when I see something like that. But thankfully, I saw a police officer enter the store, and there's usually police officers there this time at night. So I figured that if there was a problem, he would be able to tell and talk to her about it. I also noticed that not long after that, a couple of the other workers came to the register to help her out. So I decided not to intervene in any way. And I guess part of my concern is, like, you don't want to make any sort of situation worse or embarrass somebody if if maybe they just want to get through their shift. So I hope it all worked out. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that was the right call? So the parenting stuff and being a part-time musician and a full-time dad. Like, I don't share a lot of personal details about my family. We're all really private, and you'll only see them every now and again because they usually just don't want to be on social media. But I'll just say this last week has been one of my most challenging as a parent. And something I struggle with is my ambitions and joy as a musician. I've got a couple shows this weekend. I'm working on a lot of different things. But the way I run my project, I do it specifically so I can prioritize my family and manage my schedule around my life. Music is unfortunately my lowest priority in all of my responsibilities, which is tough because it's the thing that brings me the most joy. Now, I'm doing fine, my family's doing fine, but this week was kind of a reality check for me. Though my kids are older, I still need to be careful with the things that I commit to. And so far, it hasn't been a problem. I just wanted to share that it's one of the main reasons that I will say no to a lot of requests. It's just a delicate balance, and I imagine that I'm going to get more time as the kids get older and older and are able to take care of themselves more. Anyways, it's been a long update, but it has been eventful, and I thought some of these stories were interesting to share. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Pipe out.